The human body, over eras of evolution, has proven to be capable of amazing feats. None in comparison to the one of nurturing life within oneself. Good morning, good morning. I'm not trying to copy my companion for the day, I'm just trying to introduce her. A CA by profession, a trained company secretary, and a vivacious personality with a contagious smile.
Thank you.
RJ Shezzi.
What an introduction! Hi!
So I forgot to mention that Shezzi is a new mom to a pretty 16-year-old princess.
16 months, but yeah.
16 months princess.
Yes.
And I think we're here to share your experiences of pregnancy and beyond.
So
And
16, sorry to interject, 16 months human baby, but my son is 4-legged and is 5 years old.
that is the elder brother.
Yes.
Super. So wouldn't you agree that growing and delivering a baby was the closest that you could get to magic?
Yeah, my God. Magic, you're saying? I suddenly realized that I'm a goddess. No, really. Like,
I mean, life within life.
yeah. And this is not to say to all those people who don't want to have a baby, good for you. And this should not be, oh, Shezzi ne kiya to main bhi karungi. Your reasons to have a baby should be bang on for you. I didn't realize how empowering it would be to actually birth my child.
Obviously, it is just one of the
Yeah.
greatest things on earth.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, having said all this, I think it's quite evident that giving birth is the most natural or the most traditional thing that's coming right from day one of the universe. So then why are people trying to convert it into maybe a different kind of experience, or
Can we say disease? Because yes, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I mean like a medical condition.
I do not know, and I think over the last few, and I don't understand why the previous generation has made it like, ओ ये मत करना, ओ नीचे नहीं बैठना, ओ ऐसे नहीं करना, ओ ज्यादा नहीं चलना, ओ सीढ़ियों मत चलना.
I agree, but then didn't they do it?
Fortunately, that's what I touch wood. I'm so grateful to my late mother and her, my nani ma, my late nani. Oh my God, she was like, get moving, you know. And that attitude translated to my mother. And unfortunately, I didn't have my mother when I was birthing my child. But I remember a few things she used to keep explaining to me, that it is the most natural, instinctive thing that your body knows to do. Honor and respect that. And I think that is a conversation that the generation above us should actively have with their, you know, the ladies who are going to birth.
I know, so beautifully said. I mean, I think in the yesteryears, people used to take, a missed period or their maternal instinct or the nausea or the diversion to, understand, or the kick of the baby.
Yeah.
And today it's like the second you miss your period and you have your kid at home and you're off to the doctor. Yeah. And worrying about the prenatal visits, whether everything is okay
or not. Yeah,
and one test leading to another test. So, कल आज और कल क्या difference है?
क्या difference है कि हमारे birthing के मायने इतने तो बदल गए हैं, obviously, right? My pet peeve is that just the generation before us started treating it like it's a medical mela, which it really is not. I want to believe right now, especially in Hyderabad, and I'm from Hyderabad, so I can tell you the kind of research that has gone in. A lot of new mothers are actually waking up to the fact that this is the power that you have. This is a normal, literally, okay, I wouldn't say it's like a drinking water and breathing function, but it is something that your body has been created and designed to do. And exactly. This is the greatest way for you to get in touch with your own power. So please don't make it an event. And I genuinely believe that the mothers of today are coming back into that knowledge.
Yes.
In spite of, Bua ji, Mausi ji is saying, aise nahi karo, waise nahi karo, mothers have started questioning and saying, kyun nahi karo?
True. Yeah.
And I do want to take a moment to appreciate in Hyderabad specifically the medical fraternity also, who's very actively saying your body is designed.
Obviously, you are designed.
Yeah.
I mean, from the very beginning, your bones are starting to weaken up and your pelvis is opening up and your breasts
and your hormones, and your relaxin and inhibin is kicking in and you're like loosening up nicely. It is happening, right?
So then why not? Why not a natural birth? And why the whole thing of panicking into procedures?
Correct.
So then, all the changes that happen in a woman's body, I mean, it's tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
Physical to emotional to
Yeah.
psychological to.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a roller coaster.
It has been. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'll ask you a very quick question, which says that, you know, when my patients come to me, they ask me, Dr. Saab, can we start exercising in 6 weeks post delivery? So, do you think that it's debatable that a woman is ready to recuperate at 4 weeks or 6 weeks, even if medically told, or do you need time?
So here's the thing. I am a firm believer of every woman should get in tune with herself, and if that feels right in her body to do, and if there is like an athlete or a marathon runner who is now saying 6 weeks I need to get back into action because my body is crying for it,
Yes.
do it.
Yes.
But if randomly your body is not ready and people are saying, oh, bounce back, which is such a trigger for me. What do you mean by bounce back? 9 months, my body has undergone changes. I have grown, I have expanded, I have contracted, I'm half my body is brown because I had massive pigmentation. I had that linea negra happening on my belly, one big black line. I like things are, and it's not even like an uniform pigmentation,
Yes.
right? This part of my leg is brown, this part of my leg is
Was your face spared by any chance?
I still have a brown mark over here. Thank God for war paint. You can't see too much, but it's there.
That's your storyteller.
Yeah, I love it when people ask me, "क्या है ऐसा ऐसा निशानी है?" You know. So all of that is happening. If your body or if you are instinctively saying, "Please take your time," please take your time. And it's a huge trigger for me when everybody says, "Oh, 6 weeks, you know, checkup has happened. You are good to have sex. You are good to start exercise." Arey?
So that should be completely your choice.
Absolutely.
I think it's very important.
Yeah. And you meet your body where you are at. If you want to really take your time and not get into the pressure because the world around you is forcing you to, you know, bounce back, please by all means do. And here is not even the mother. To the support or the village around the mother, stop pushing.
Yes.
It is your own family member.
Yes.
Please respect what she needs. It's not
Exactly.
about you or what society says.
Yeah.
So please focus on that.
Exactly.
And if you're ready to bounce back and say, I had an aunt who said this whole 40 days also he didn't want to wait before having sex. Good for you. You know, if that is what you want to do, that's again good for you.
Yes.
And if your doctor is also okay with it, go on ahead. But this whole sex kar lo, ye kar lo, wo. Shut up.
So there are even studies which say that it could take as long as 2 years. And I think that is so much.
That is also fine.
Yes.
You meet your body where you are at. You meet your mind where you are at.
Correct.
Like for a lactating mother, she's in this whole mother Maryada zone and all that, and suddenly society has said, and doctor has said, and gynac has said, so therefore jump into the whole process.
Go back to being a wife.
Yeah.
So,
But and conversely, I know a lot of people who their drive went off the charts and they said, I want to have sex now.
yes.
You
Go ahead.
do, you boo.
Yeah, go
Genuinely,
ahead.
yeah.
Yes. Now that you're talking about post-delivery, what about postpartum blues? Is it just sadness or is it?
Yeah. So, you know,
Much more.
and the thing is that, I don't know, on the radio show also, there's a lot of mental health related stuff that I talk about. A lot of times I'm also talking about, it's very, see, like my funda was simple. It's like a cocktail of hormones that has been pumped into the body. Now the baby is out, the placenta is out, the body is just like, wait, what are we trying to feed, right? Suddenly there is going to be a huge fluctuation in hormones.
Obviously.
So I always used to be like, okay, for the first 10 days, if I'm feeling like you sneeze and I'm howling, it's okay, right? Blues.
Yes.
But if things are persisting for more than like 30 days or even 2 months, that's when you need to kind of be a little mindful.
Yes.
What people don't talk about. And so I, unfortunately, you train the people around your house. So I can only talk about what everybody was trained around my house was keep a lookout for postpartum depression.
Yes.
You know, if you see her sinking,
crying.
if she's crying, if she's saying, "Mera man nahi lag raha, mere ko bahar nahi jana hai kahin. This is my room and from here I will rule. I will not step out also. What is sunlight? I am now vampire." All of that you keep an eye out for. What happened with us and what nobody prepared me for, and I didn't know much, was that postpartum rage is a thing.
Yes.
And
so blue is just the word.
Yeah.
The emotion can be anything.
so I was just thinking, I'll cry or whatever. So for a good almost 3 weeks or even I think 30 days, just a certain like evening, is when the anxiety would set in, and evening is when the anger would set in, only for 1 hour. Literally.
So it was like timed.
Yeah, literally like 6 to 7, you know, that 1 hour. And my poor sweet angel of a mother-in-law and my poor sweet husband, two prime candidates for me. Until then I realized that, listen, if this is happening exactly for that period of time for 1 hour, maybe that's a situation. Then I got talking to people and they said, okay, you know, you can't define and say emotions are going to be felt, but emotions means I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling sensitive, I'm feeling I want to cry. No, this is also a part of that.
Yes.
For me, that was an aha moment, considering how much I spoke about postpartum depression.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this was also part of it, but with a different
yeah.
altogether.
And fortunately, like I think after realizing, so I don't want to say that 30 days it faded automatically. I think तब जाके मेरा बत्ती चमका. I said, hey, एक minute. And that's when I kind of, and knowing what was happening helped a lot to kind of, you know, temper that and manage that, and constantly telling myself that, see, what you're feeling is not real. Honor it, respect it, but this is not real.
Correct.
And you know you don't want to kill your family members. No, you don't want to beat them up black and blue. This is not you. Okay? Ride the storm, but don't actually physically assault anybody, please.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. So I think that whole change of becoming a mother, you know, from being a person yourself to losing your identity to becoming the mother.
Yeah.
Is that whole change that...
So I'm very grateful because, and I know that this reeks of privilege, but I'm very grateful because that loss of identity didn't happen in my case, because my mother-in-law, literally God's sweet woman, like to tolerate all that caca, but she made sure that there were days where I was like, this is my room, I will not. And just the gentle way of coaxing me to, okay, you don't want to go down for a walk? Come, let's sit in the balcony. Let's look at the trees. Let's look at the greenery. You know, it started from there. But most importantly, my husband used to be the one who, you know, we did a lot of the sitz bath right after postpartum,
Amazing.
right? So that, and he made it a point to be the one to draw the bath for me, and I would sit in that tub in that iodine water, and he'd be holding me and hugging me and kissing me and telling me how beautiful I am and how strong and how amazing, and that really kind of helps you stay connected to who you are as a person.
Absolutely. Because of all the changes that have happened, and for you to understand that you're still beautiful for your husband.
Yeah.
Or for yourself.
So in my head, I remember, now that you mentioned it, I was just thinking, kahan se to pad ke aaya hai ye? You know, like, because it was just like, you know, you're so amazing, you're so beautiful, and all of that was going on. And in my head, I'm thinking, but I didn't, and later on, I'm thinking he must have read somewhere, but at that moment also, I'm mentally registering that he must have studied about it somewhere or read about it. But it was such a comfort.
Yeah, so
you don't even
an extra
realize.
star for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm really, that's what I say now. This pregnancy, this baby, it has truly been a collaborative effort.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
Kuwait syndrome is real. Don't you think so?
Absolutely.
I mean, you say that you're pregnant and he's having the changes on the body.
Yeah.
Does it happen?
No, that in terms of mood, yeah, physically, no, but you know, I think that I think he went through that acidity. Like I went through a little bit of acidity, and he was just like, yeah, I'm also not feeling it. Like,
Probably you're like the same thing then.
Yeah.
And you're blaming it on the Kuwait syndrome.
no, but you know, like we lost. I don't know. I used to like my tikha khana.
Huh.
During the pregnancy, if you put this much spice, cannot handle, and it continued to, I think, a good 3-4 months after, when postpartum also, like little bit, just my mother-in-law poor thing, like let me add like a pinch of chili, you know, just to give flavor, darling, हम हैदराबादी है, कैसा नहीं खाना. And I was just like, how dare you, आप घी डालो उसमें, I like the taste of ghee, उसमें आप मिर्ची मत डालो. But even he became like that, like
It's
little,
amazing.
yeah.
I mean, I think I have a bow down to your mother-in-law, because in my practice, I have seen the mothers being locked up in rooms and being not given water and being giving only.
See, I will not
I
lie.
mean, do not go out of the house.
When you tell, you know, before this, when we were discussing what we should talk about and stuff, also when you were telling me all these things, I was like, छे आप मजाक कर रहे हो, making all of this up. How can you not give water to the mother? तो दूध कैसा आता बच्चे को?
तो वो पानी पिए तो पानी भर जाता ना शेजी.
But see, that is not what I understand.
So yeah, it took me a little time to understand it myself, and I'm still struggling to explain to those in-laws and mothers.
But
कि भाई
fluid
पानी दे
intake,
दो.
so fluid output, no?
So cesarean के बाद तो पानी बिल्कुल नहीं पीना, you know.
See, this
So,
is
medically we need the liquids because otherwise it's going to give a headache, and we're struggling. Amma, please पानी दे दो उसको.
you're joking, right?
Yeah.
But this is, I'm sorry, forget about myths. This is downright cruelty.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, most of the myths that I have heard of, I feel there is something coming from the tradition, and I find an explanation out of it, maybe for my own satisfaction. But this is one thing I can't find an explanation to.
I have not heard only. Like, you know, even my grandmother
You
and
have
all.
to get into the medical profession then.
Yeah, like, you know, yesterday some of the things you were telling me, this happens, and I was like, jhoot bol rahe. She just wants to sensationalize.
So basically, maybe let me say that I'm understating things then.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what happens in Indian families yet.
I am really not going to. This is, you know, people will start posting hate comments under this video, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I promised myself, I said, Shezzi, control. Don't let your mouth run a mile. Just behave yourself. Throsa. So I'm not saying anything, but I hope that the women also realize that if you are birthing a child, you are going to be taking vital, important decisions to keep that child alive. And for you to be able to do that, you also need to be able to take decisions that affect who you are and what is your physical well-being.
Yes.
Not giving water is just
It's outright.
it's just cruel. And I'm sorry, but वो परहेज करना, ये नहीं खाना, वो नहीं खाना also is a big trigger for me.
I mean, I think if we put together all the 10 advices, you're probably not eating anything except water in pregnancy.
Yeah, and pikki dal.
फिक्की दाल. और फिर अल्टीमेटली एसिडिटी हो तो दाल भी बंद.
हाँ, because वो नहीं गैस होती है.
गैस होती ना.
बच्चे नॉट यार, बच्चे को गैस होती, काय को बोले तो आप दूध पिला रहे नहीं
आप
बच्चों
नारियल
को.
पानी पिए तो आपके बेबी को बाल होते हैं, उससे एसिडिटी होती है.
Okay, this also you're making this up, Dr. Nabat.
चलो अब इसके बाद रिकॉर्डिंग भेजेंगे पेशेंट
But it's so, I used to get one nariyal pani every day to drink.
supposed to do.
Oh.
So I think how important it is for girls today to understand what is right and
Yes.
what is wrong and do what is right for them.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
that is very, very important.
And to not see, you know, to not make it a saza.
Yeah.
It is supposed to see. It is possibly the most difficult thing you will ever do, no doubt. But it is also the most joyful, fulfilling thing at the same time.
Yeah.
And if you're going to make it such a difficult thing, you're taking away. And I hope, आज की तारीख में ना, like I really first of all wish that most mothers decide and have a planned pregnancy, not a oh suddenly क्या हुआ types. But if you are planning a pregnancy in today's day and age, you want to really, you know, enjoy every aspect of it. Why would you take away that from a mother?
Yes.
And हम दादा के ज़माने के नहीं ना कि 12-13 पैदा कर लिया. Or not nice, experience next. Or not nice, next one more.
I mean, एक होने में,
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
And we want, like, people like me, as of now, we're just thinking that the one child is good enough, right? Unless 3 years down we revisit. So I'm never say never, I'm not saying.
Your little one says, I need a sister or a brother then.
Yeah. So then, but for right now, both husband and I are like, I think, so this, if you're going to do this only but once, and I know a lot of parents out there in today's day and age are saying, oh no, it's not,
Yes.
planet doesn't need more than one baby.
Yes.
You want to enjoy that experience. You want to make it, and all of it is not going to be enjoyable. But what you can make enjoyable, why wouldn't you?
I think in short, pregnancy is a miracle, is what
I agree, yeah.
I like.
And you know, Dr. Nabat, it used to sound so, I used to hear these mothers and say, so lame, yalla. Keep quiet, don't ask. Until it happened with me. And I must keep repeating, this is a stupid reason if you use this as a reason. Oh, Shezzi bol rahi, maza aaya, to hum bhi kar lete. No, okay? Do your research, figure out, because like I said, it is a lot of work also.
Yes.
But I used to think it's so lame, and all the mothers think, oh, so beautiful, so miraculous. And I'm still in that boat of, oh my God, this is truly miraculous.
It is. I mean, it's even now, 20 years post my practice, I still feel each pregnancy or each baby I get out, each
Get
time
goosebumps, no?
each time I tell them, okay, your baby can feel you, your baby can hear you, read to the baby, I still have goosebumps.
God,
and I
yeah.
think that is so, even as I'm speaking to you, I have goosebumps.
No, you know, you read to your baby, and then when they're born, I told you now, I was singing to my
Yes.
baby, and now she sings with me, and it's the
True.
cutest thing.
You know, in all this, I have a little fun, you know, when my patients come and husband wife say, I said okay, husband ko bhi baat karao, they will advise, you know, identify the voice, and then some babies respond only to my voice, you know, so I feel very proud. Oh theek hai, chalo meri awaaz bhi ja rahi hai.
I had that one prenatal yoga teacher was telling me how you know, she was with the mother for the full term.
Obviously.
And once the baby came, she didn't see the baby for a time, but when, you know, immediately uski आवाज सुन के, this is a child who doesn't go to anybody, she just hopped into that teacher's lap and she's like, you know, I know you.
It feels so good, you know,
Yeah,
when the babies are moving suddenly, मैडम आपको फोन करे तो मूव होते हैं, आप एक ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग भेज दो. So it feels so good
So
that
sweet.
you know, at least you have a connect with that baby, and I think that's the bonding that we are talking about.
Absolutely.
ठीक है, बहुत सीरियस बातें हो गई, चलो let's do some fun. Let's have a
Okay.
rapid fire.
But am I supposed to be PG-13 and Sharif in this rapid fire?
Be you.
Okay.
Can we have some posters here?
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
Should I show everybody what this is?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have some emojis.
Obviously pregnancy, so hearts have to be there.
What is this one?
Oh khuda.
Literally that now? Haan.
Okay, can't stop laughing.
Yeah, can't stop laughing, can't stop crying. And what is going on? ऐसा भेजा फट जा रहा in this one, alright?
ठीक है.
Okay.
तो पहले let's
हाँ.
start. What is the first thing that comes to your mind or your heart rather when you hear the following lines?
Okay.
The hardest part of your pregnancy.
The hardest part of my pregnancy. So I should tell you what the hardest. Honestly, the 4th trimester, like once the baby was born, the first 3 months of being with the baby. And here I will add random advice. Do your homework. Really do your research and figure out how the first 3 months with your baby is going to be. I was blindsided.
So I think jitna bhi pad lo, ultimately unless you are running the marathon, you don't know what's going to happen.
But the padna really helps.
It helps.
Yeah.
When you're running a marathon or writing an exam, you do read. So why not?
Exactly. नहीं ऐसा फालतू से फालतू बीकॉम टाइप के एग्जाम के लिए ऐसा पढ़ के जा रहे हैं जैसे कि क्या है. This is going to alter the very fabric of your existence and your life. Why will you not do research?
Yes. Why do people think that, I mean, just reading a Google which speaks?
Reading Google और हमारे अम्मा बोले ऐसा होता, तो हमारे अम्मा को मालूम नहीं था. Let's just be real about it.
अम्मा तो बोले कि भाई घर में पट बोल के आ जाता baby, but that is not what you are now.
Exactly.
I mean, especially when we're talking about this, earlier times people used to not exercise, and nowadays we stress on the yogas and the exercise, and people ask why?
Because they didn't have laptops and Netflix to stare at for 12 hours without, oh my god, पानी का ग्लास उठा लिए, कितना बड़ा काम कर लिए.
Amazingly put.
You know?
So it's basically just a substitution to the change in lifestyle, or rather the side effect of science.
Yeah. Technology. What a boon.
Boona bain. So second, chalo.
Ji.
One quality of you and the dad that you crave your baby to have, both physical and nature-wise.
So I'm truly grateful that it's worked out the way I wanted it, because she looks like a dad physically. She's feisty. She's got my nature, my temperament.
So that is the best thing there.
Yeah, I love it.
So we have a junior Shezzi.
Yeah.
Ready in the coming. Okay, the most unusual thing that you have been asked in your pregnancy. Asked to do rather in your pregnancy?
I don't know. I wasn't asked to do, like, everybody just trusted the amount of homework and research and everything I was doing. Everybody just, kind of trusted what I am saying I want to do, and they didn't. Nobody asked me कि ऐसा करना आपने वैसा करना types.
You are a lucky mother.
No, but why? Actually, I want to know what is this? What are the unusual?
There are a few cults who believe that कच्चा अंडा खाने से भाई normal delivery हो जाती.
हाँ?
Yes.
No, but that's a dangerous thing to do ना. कच्चा अंडा खाने से salmonella तो हो जाएगा for sure. Normal delivery होती कि नहीं मालूम. एक तो
we are non-vegetarians, and still we would not dare to do it.
No, it's so dangerous.
Yes, so unusual thing.
Oh God.
You're lucky. Okay, your biggest fear in labor.
This, and it has really happened also. I don't even know if this is like good conversation, but I was panicky that at the time of birthing I will poop.
Okay, that is like the 90% answer to that question.
What, really?
Yeah.
So that was a big fear in my head. Oh my God, how will I? Once the baby is born, you're just like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter anymore.
It's true.
But up until that point, I used to, and it's so weird, but I used to be very like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Oh my God.
And आजकल तो हम लोग एनिमा भी नहीं देते हैं.
No. So that was even like, and the last time I was just discussing it with my husband, he says, you talk about consent and all that. Isn't that a violation? Don't you like not want to have that done to you types? I said, yeah, but it's better than like pooping on the table.
So even in spite of enemas, people do end up pooping.
That I didn't know. So I wish I had known that. So at least I would have said, okay, doesn't matter. Whatever it is going to happen. It is going to happen. So yeah.
So, okay, chalo. Good job. Your reaction to the following. Okay.
So is this?
No, you keep that with
Oh, I'm okay. Hi.
Store
This
it.
is.
Store it.
Can I keep this
Yes,
for later
please.
also?
Yes, please.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Baby in tummy home.
Hmm.
You're pregnant. And your pets need to go out of your house. Your thoughts on it?
So I told you I already have a son who's four-legged. I feel so. This is it's a massive trigger for me. Like this is all fun and games, but I think it's a vile thing to do. And to everybody who's justifying कि motherhood, you became a mother the day you brought that four-legged being into your house.
Yes.
ओ चुन्नू के लिए फॉरेन से ट्रीट्स मंगा रहे हो माय गॉड ये तो हमारा बेटा है और वो बेटा को क्या होता है जब आप ह्यूमन बच्चा पैदा कर रहे दैट इज जस्ट रॉन्ग
Yes.
या एंड you need to get your head examined if you think, and shame on any family members who are shaming parents to abandon their pets because अभी तुम्हारे घर में खेल लिए ना घर खेल लिए ना बच्चा खेल लिए ना अभी एक्चुअल बच्चा आ रहा अब उसको abandon करो. It's really rubbish behavior.
And I think pets are the only unconditional love available today.
Absolutely. And when your child is forget about waiting till teenager at 2.5 years old when your child is throwing tantrums and your pet is looking at you very sweetly saying I love you ma no matter what, that time will be like हाँ अच्छा ही काम किया हम,
yes.
right?
And did you notice your pet coming and smelling your baby?
Oh
or,
God.
You know,
From
putting
for us, day one, I just brought the baby in front of Diego and I said, here it is, that's your sister. And he has been so protective. And of course, when I was carrying her also, he was like so protective,
Yeah,
sitting
they can
only.
smell it.
Yeah.
They can smell
Hyper protective of me, constantly sitting by my side, watching me. He was just like, oh, new member in the pack, I think. So he'd be like, I have to protect this creature at all
the
costs.
mother here.
Yeah, because she's going to birth my new sibling. It's a beautiful thing. And I don't know, I think there is research also that children who grow up with pets are, I think, a little bit more emotionally and socially adjusted.
Yes, more mental stability.
Yeah.
And I think that they are the most loving things to those little babies.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, both my aflatoons are not here right now. But you have to. But you have to see them together. Like there is, and I like how my child is actually very cautious about a lot of things also. And with him also, she's so respectful, and I don't know where she gets it from. But like she is very dhar dur all over the place. But with him also, she's very like pat.
So probably like he bonded with her, she bonded with him.
That's what happened, and it's so amazing to see that this child is 16 months old.
And it's wonderful how they bond.
Listen, pretty please don't abandon your pets. Don't do that. It's just wrong.
Just vaccinate them.
Yeah. That in any case, I hope as it is, everybody is doing that, right? Oh, and it's a fashion statement. Oh, we go to this pet and we do that and all that. So one would like to believe that if that pet is in your house, you are being responsible and vaccinating, right?
Obviously, for your own safety, for others' sake. ठीक है, चलो. You are pregnant. Quit working immediately.
So, I'm sorry, I had a little brain freeze. You said you are pregnant. I said, no, I'm not. But I was. Oh, okay, sorry. This is what people, my reaction to this. Yeah, this is rubbish. Like,
I mean, how will you take the travel stress? How will you travel from here to Sikandrabad?
I have people who are traveling to South America. And I'm not even making this up, but my aunt had a friend who went deep sea diving in her 8th month.
Amazing.
And she says, because I won't be able to do that. And so I asked my obstetrician, I said, I've heard this. And she says, please shut up and stay here. Okay? Don't act smart. Utta bhi extra. Overaction karna nahi. Shanti mein raho. But no, I will repeat and I will reiterate till the cows come home. It is not a disease. Yes, you are going to get slower. Yes, there's a beautiful life inside you. But the beauty of nature and God is that you have to trust the divine plan. Something, since the beginning of man, birthing is happening, right? your body has been trained, you know, there are like layers and cushions and protections in place.
You have to trust God on what He's done. His architecture can't be wrong.
It can't be wrong.
Can't be
Really.
wrong.
And you know, you're not doubting yourself, you're doubting that.
Yeah.
So stop.
And I think, I mean, there are so many ladies who come to me and ask, "Hey, मेरी बहू को अब काम करना बंद करना है," and
क्यों?
I just turn around and ask them, "Didn't you continue to do your work?"
That's what.
So then why the change? I mean, it's such a stark difference
Yeah.
between Kal and Aaj.
But I genuinely think that, and you know, I think this is maybe their toxic way of showing love.
Is
Oh,
it?
I want to believe it's the case, you know, कि oh no, हम अब फूलों के जैसे रखेंगे,
ऐसे
ऐसे पलकों पे
रखेंगे।
बिछा के, हाँ, ऐसे बड़े नवाजों से, तो मम्मा तुम ऐसा पड़े रहो एक कोने में, तुमको हम ऐसा स्पून फीड करेंगे और एक कदम नहीं रखो.
काम करे बिना पागल हो जाएगी. A working
Forget
woman.
about mental health. You've made her sedentary or sitting her down in one corner. She's only being piled on and on with food, and you're not letting her move an inch. What are you
She's
doing?
going to depression, leaving her work. What about
You're
that?
harming her, you're harming her baby, you're exposing her to all kinds of lifestyle diseases and complications that could very well arise if they had not arisen before.
Amazing. So, you have been active, like you were quite active with
Oh,
your
yeah.
yoga and everything. So, did you hear any questions coming in कि भाई 37 weeks हो गया, why not now? 38 weeks हो गया, शेज़ी कब आएगा?
Yeah, this and मतलब आप क्या करना आपको, मतलब एक 10 दिन बाद आता, एक हफ्ते पहले आता, आप क्या कर लेते? My request and humble, genuine request to all the people out there, you know that the lady is pregnant, you can't miss it, right? It's not like she's going to दबाओ back the बच्चा and lie to you and say कि वो 2 हफ्ते पहले आ गया लेकिन मैं नहीं बताऊंगी. When the baby comes, you will be informed.
Yes.
What is this anxiety of what are you going to do? Have you decided you're going to quit your job and sit and hold the baby while the mother gets rest? No, then what is the reason behind harassing the mother every day and the well-wishers, your family, your relatives? Oh no, but please can you tell when? Any news? Any luck? Any news? But it's already 37 weeks. My baby came at 40.2 weeks.
That's perfect. A totally ripened baby, right?
I said, I'm
What
happy.
do you call
She's
it?
chilling. Yeah. I said, so you know, when like very close family was saying, so I was explaining to them that, listen, I think for the baby to develop also, it's a great thing. She's getting all the good stuff for a longer period. She's able to mature. So her chances of not being susceptible to earthly things are, you know, it's greater because she's getting the kind of immunity and strength that she needs while she's in mama's belly. You pray that she doesn't come out fast.
That's a beautiful way of saying it, and I tell my patients, you know, it's maybe the baby thinks that बाहर आएंगे तो circus है, so you know I'm safer inside.
I also
mom's
think so,
tummy
yeah.
and,
I
you know.
also think so. Because, you know, I told you, my 4th trimester, that first 3 months was so difficult. I think the only thing that I don't make a big scene out of it is, can you imagine, for that child also it must have been so difficult, right?
Obviously,
For the first
from
3
that
months. Yeah.
Protection out into the world.
And you're like, the sights, the sounds, is you can, you know, ऐसा बम पलटा के सो जाओ inside the womb के, you know, पुकारते रहो, your sound is muted in my head. But here somebody, and like somebody even like me, if there are 2 Shezzis with a loud voice, siren like voice, imagine, so cute, you know.
So
What is happening?
and then you have this whole welcome of bunch of.
No, that is one thing that I had made very clear. My side of the family, my husband's side of the family also said, first 40 days, nobody is going to come home to visit. My husband, my mother-in-law, and my nanny. These are the 3 people who are allowed in my house. If you come to my door also, I will say, please get out, don't come back. No, I did that. And I said, and everybody was just saying, oh yeah, COVID ki wajah se you don't want the baby to catch immunity. Fine, if that's what you believe. But the reality is so that I don't kill you.
Correct.
Because my hormones all over the place. I'm exhausted. Utte mein you want me to make my face pretty and smile.
And you want to bring the water to
ye lijiye bachcha. So cute hai na? Yeah. Are you mad?
Yes.
No.
Yes. So important to give the mother the space and whatever
Absolutely.
physical need she requires. Right. Okay. Darling, are you breastfeeding?
Oh, I still get this.
Still?
Yeah. She's 16 months and I'm still feeding her. I still get it, and a lot of people who. So one of the main struggles for me first trimester after she was born, that fourth trimester, was that we were really struggling with the latch, and I was adamant के मेरे को formula नहीं देना है तो नहीं देना है, no matter what happens. And there have been nights where my child has howled and cried, and you know, I'm sure there must have been people, again, I think this is becoming a mother-in-law appreciation conversation, but it really helps when you have that support, because you're hormonally weak. You have decided before that you want to breastfeed, but there will be times, and again, to all the mothers who are not able to breastfeed, this is not me saying formula is poison or anything. This is a choice I made, that this is what I wanted to do.
People who don't get, you don't have to feel guilty about it.
No, absolutely
so
not.
Many like that.
No, see, that's the whole thing. The mother should be able to choose without the benefit of family pressure,
Yes. Judgment.
Yeah. Like I have seen a lot of people who are just like, oh my god, बच्चा पैदा हो गया, उसको वो रो रहा, उसको फॉर्मूला दे दो, 2 घंटे हो गए उसको पैदा होके, उसका पेट कितना बड़ा होगा जी, आप कितना उसको पिलाएंगे,
कितने दोगे आप उनको,
अगर ड्रॉपर से देना ही है तो वेट ना.
So, you know, I still believe, or I still use those small pollards whenever required when the colostrum is
Yeah,
I
that
found
one.
it so cute.
That didn't work for us at all. Yeah, it looked cute. I got also, but कुछ नहीं हमारे लिए नहीं हुआ.
चांदी का चमचा actually in real.
That colored only, but it didn't work only for us. I was just like, what is this? But
Chalo, okay, well done.
Yeah.
So the last part.
Oh, this
reaction.
finally, this is why. This is hi. Oh, I have to pick and show. Okay,
Pick
ask.
a reaction placard
Okay.
to the following
Okay, let me
most
study it first.
received statements.
Okay.
Ready?
Huh.
Baby's heartbeat, your tummy's position, your craving sweet and salt, your placental position can help you know it's a girl or a boy.
मिठा खा रहे, लड़की छूंगी. Shut up.
लंबा पेट है.
Oh yeah, you're carrying high or low? Huh?
So did you hear it?
I know. I heard. Oh, if you have meat cravings, it's a girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
new
did.
to me.
Yeah. Yes, finally, because so many all these days now, I'm only hearing ridiculous myths from Dr.
That's
Nabat.
new.
Yeah, I'm so proud. I was just like, where is she coming up with all? You never heard this one.
No. So see, you got one. Okay. No jaggery, no dry fruits, no non-veg, no spice. Pregnancy में ये सब मना है.
No, I don't want to say crying, but what is this? What does this one mean?
Oh my Khuda.
Yeah, it's
Oh
like
God.
yeah, like no. Is there an emoji for what rubbish? Because that's what I want to say.
What about those hearts? We're talking about pregnancy.
No, I mean like you say some heart-worthy things, no? Like I would like physically assault somebody who did that to
See,
me.
did anyone tell you that?
Nobody dared to. I'm a foodie, and if you take away my food, I'm an angry person. And you don't want hangry Shezzi, and that's been there for years now. Everybody knows.
Yes, but then there are patients who do come and ask कि भाई हमको बोला है pineapple मत खाओ, हमको बोला है dry fruit मत खाओ. Do you think dates help in normal delivery? Did it help you?
So you know, this is something that I did here. You know, later on having dates will help, and I did. So I didn't want you know. Any induction or any augmentation, and so a lot of those things that I had heard in terms of asymmetrical walking upstairs, walking downstairs, having sex, eating dates, these are things that I had heard, and I thought, see, these are things that are not going to harm me. I like dates, so I'm okay. So I did that. I ate dates and all of that, but parhez karo, ye mat khao. Don't deny me unless you come up with sound reasoning why you're telling me not to do something.
So when I ask my patients कि भाई क्यों मना कर रहे हो, they say it's garam. Now I've medically not heard of anything called garam.
Acha. No, I honestly I don't have too much knowledge, and fortunately it was not something that was told to me, because I would.
Lucky there again.
I have feelings for food, and everybody around me knows that I have very, very strong feelings for food, Dr. Nabat. Who can't take away my happy place, because I will destroy the world.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You were lucky there.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, being pregnant,
Huh.
you should not raise your arms above your head.
What?
What does it do? It twirls the baby's cord around the neck.
Hey, keep quiet. Yeah.
And then you won't have a normal delivery?
No, but this is. I want to ask you if you are making this. I'm sorry, I said the. But you're making this up, right?
So we've actually heard. So imagine our state when we are sitting on that, serious. Good. That's what my brain is when I hear it.
But how do you answer? Do you not laugh at them and say, "Jao yahan se"?
I do laugh.
Don't you like go like "Dewane hui ki kya?"
Unfortunately, I can't say that, but I do laugh my heart out.
I don't have a career in any format of diplomacy because I would first say कि तुम्हारा दिमाग खराब हो गया क्या? But this is news to me. Like the umbilical cord gets.
Yeah. But then, see again, if the umbilical cord is wrapped around the neck, do you think people won't have a normal delivery?
No, I know of somebody who has.
50% of my normal deliveries are not 1, 2, 3 cords around the neck. I mean, no mean.
No, but okay, maybe on some level, you're not very well versed with medical situations or what's going on or how normal it can be. And for a lot of people, even baby passy meconium is a panicky thing. For me, it was not, and my baby did. I was just like, the doctors are seeing this every day. They know what they're doing and all of that, right?
Yes.
So I did trust them that much. So I understand that you're very pehla bacha and I'm very scared and oh my God and all of that. But linking it to haath upar nahi karna is...
There are so many
It blows my mind.
नजदीक मत करो, पलाठी मार के मत बैठो.
But that is a good hip opener, na?
I am asking them to do butterfly.
Yeah.
And the mother-in-law says, ये पलाठी मार के बैठ रही है डॉक्टर साहब.
How
and
dare
what are you
you?
supposed to say?
कि तुम्हारा दिमाग टेस्ट करा लो, इनके तो टेस्ट होते ही चलेंगे. और तुम लोग बड़े तो फैंसी हो, तुम्हारे दादी अम्मा नहीं पलाठी मार के बैठते थे.
And trust me, I am one of those who are the old timers जो अभी भी believe करते हैं कि सिर्फ बात करना चाहिए and heat with the koila and the khat. So I'm one of those old timers and still I can't react to those.
No, but this is a little, but this is an old thing also that has great benefit in the West. People are saying we will now do butterfly. बैठ जाओ नीचे भाई.
Yeah, so then why has all this come into the Indian society? Maybe you should figure out on.
This is overcompensation. No, and I'll tell you what, and here's the thing, and because I love practicing yoga also, and I have a very lovely theory. सालों से yoga has been here, right? But everybody is just like, हम तो modern हैं and all that. Then yoga went to America. Then everybody woke up over there and really understood exactly what magic it can do for you. And then suddenly now everybody's like, oh my God, the Americans are wearing tight leotards and tights, practicing it. We must do it. And that's the same thing. Birthing is such a normalized, beautiful thing in our country. Then it did a round abroad, by which time we became super urban. And I understand that, I'm leading a fancy plush life and saying all of this. But the reality is that common sense also was lost with that, and we decided that you are not pregnant, you are infirmed.
Yes.
You have a disease and we have to pull out that baby and fix you. And once the baby, and that's the beauty of it, na? Once the baby is out, it doesn't matter that your body has undergone so much, bounce back kar jao.
Bounce back kar jao. Sahi hai na?
So these are things that, to everybody, and for some godforsaken reason, maybe there is a misplaced sense of हम कितना अपनी बहू का केयर कर रहे हैं, उसको नहीं करने दे रहे and all that. उसमें भी थोड़ा सा आप common sense लगा ही लो.
I think informed decisions are always important.
And I think my humble and sincere request, it's lovely, it does take a village to raise a baby and to protect and care for the mother. But ladies, please step up and take responsibility for your own health, for your own baby, for your own pregnancy. It is your journey. And, no matter what, people are there to support you and to help you and enable you. It is what you are going through. Your body agency is still your own. You have the right to your own body. Please.
And only your body knows when it requires the rest and when it wants to do a jump.
Correct.
That's
and honor and meet your body where it is at. If it needs to jump, jump by all means. And if it needs to rest, to hell with everybody saying bounce back.
True. Exactly. Perfect. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
No climbing stairs.
Huh?
And for God's sake, stop driving.
No, okay. Sorry, I zoomed out right now. I was like, why
So,
should you?
what's your reaction?
This only. This only.
अरे मेरे वो अच्छे hearts है.
I'm not saying hearts for this. What rubbish.
So what do you say to that?
But what nonsense. But okay, explain to me what is the, I want to understand why.
So I'll tell you why I specifically wrote this question is there are so many second-time mothers, who come to me and say that, my mother-in-law has said I can't drop my child to school because I can't drive.
Why?
Because you're pregnant.
So वो pedal push करने से
हाँ,
baby भी push.
हाँ, तो problem हो जाएगा ना.
See, if your doctor is telling you specifically that there is a situation with the cervix or the placenta or the baby or whatever, and you have been advised, unless specifically by your obstetrician, I don't know. See, those are extreme cases of where the doctor is telling you. But otherwise, what is wrong?
अरे but हम तो बोल रहे हैं करो.
But it strengthens your heart also, honestly, right? And you need all of that.
You know, my only, as I said, I tried to find an explanation and everything. My only explanation to this is that maybe reflexes are slower in pregnancy, so people are trying to be careful. But I mean, I have a second floor house and my room is upstairs, and I shift my whole room down just because I can't climb the stairs.
No, see, this is but isn't that even more dangerous के भले ही तो एक्सरसाइज नहीं कर रहे थे, एटलीस्ट वो एक माला चढ़ के तो जा रहे थे ना, अभी वो भी बंद कर देना. So then what do you do?
आके खाना दे के जाएंगे.
And then so you can walk around on level ground but no stairs, is it?
How big are the houses these days?
Unless you're on the 34th floor. Then I would also say सोच लो भाई, मतलब आधा लिफ्ट करो, आधा चल के जाओ. But this is rubbish. एक माले के 2 माले के घर में.
I mean, for the amount of myths that I hear in my OPD, I think I can have a whole joke session.
No, but really, you can do a stand-up comedy act of this 12 minutes.
12 मिनट
हाँ.
बस नहीं होंगे.
एक तो I'm sorry, I out of syllabus, but वो ऐसा कान पे पट्टी बांध के वो जो ऐसा निंजा बना के रखते भी नहीं, आपको काय को करते जी.
So imagine our state, भाई. सब लोग बोलते पेशेंट्स पे रैम खाओ, डॉक्टर पे कौन रैम खाएगा?
But do you, like, I want to know, and I'm sorry this is your interview, but I must, आदत से मजबूर, I must ask you, how do you handle this nonsense when it comes your way?
With a sweet smile.
And you don't say anything to them?
No.
Okay.
But I do laugh it out. And I think I have made it a practice that from day one, you know, I start telling the patient that pregnancy is natural, pregnancy is a miracle, pregnancy is, you know, just listen to your body.
Your body is designed to do this, and unless, and again, I have nothing, absolutely nothing against C-sections. And those are life-saving.
Yeah.
So I have genuinely nothing against C-sections. But if you start, पहले से इसके, you know, at on the 24th of December at 11:32 p.m. is the perfect time for my child to come out, and therefore I will plan that. I have a problem with that.
Hit that bang on. People actually come
So
and
I have
say
a problem, and I don't mean to hurt anybody's sentiments or beliefs over here, but the very moment that that child has decided to come into the world is the most perfect muhurtam ever.
Yes.
It is the most beautiful time ever.
Yes.
Because that has been decided by the child, and that has been decided by the Almighty. And that is enough.
Yes. I mean, when you require it, you require it. I mean, you can't deny it if you
Yeah.
require it.
Correct.
That's another thing.
No, and I go one step further. I know somebody who, you know, they lost their mother. Just 1 year later, she was going to deliver, and she was already in a lot of mental stress. And the problem is that we are trained to feel so much fear around the whole process, right? And her fears were heightened considerably. And she had decided, I elect. So here's my thing. Even if you choose a C-section, let there be a place of information. Do your homework thoroughly.
Correct.
And I'm not saying, oh my God, what champions, you're a goddess only if you birth vaginally. No. Do your homework first, and let that be your decision. And the reason why I'm bringing up this, that 11:32 p.m. and all that, is because a lot of times it's not the mother who's deciding that, and I have a problem with that.
Yes.
If the mother is deciding also, I'll to go one step further. If the mother is saying 11:32 good time for the baby to come, whatever. But some random uncle is telling you,
Yes.
I have a problem with that. Because a lot of times, 95% of the times in this example, the mother doesn't want that. And the mother is birthing the baby.
Correct.
You are not birthing that baby.
Correct. And I think very importantly, we are not here to take decisions for the mother. See,
Should
even
not.
being a doctor or being a parent or being anything, even as a doctor, I never give decisions. I give the facts.
Yeah.
This is the fact.
Yeah.
You had a cesarean, you are due for a VBAC. You want a VBAC, you don't want a VBAC. It is your choice.
Correct.
I don't take that decision for them.
Exactly.
Right? So I think it's important that the mother
That
is
mothers
doing
do
that.
their homework and use their voice.
But don't use homework from Google.
No, that is
Or
that goes without
authentic
saying.
sites.
Yeah, of course.
Authentic
No, but what about your very own doctor? is a fount of information. Ask them and tell them that if I don't know and if you don't have the bandwidth, connect me to the right resource. 99% of the times, all the doctors, I know that in our country the per patient ratio of doctors is highly skewed and all of that, but in spite of that, I have yet to meet a doctor who will, if it's coming from a place of genuinity and saying I want to learn, they will never. But don't go up to a doctor and say Google में पढ़ा था आप ऐसा काहे को कर, don't do stupid things like that.
वही तो होता है.
Yeah, so don't do that. That's just rubbish. But if a doctor is actually, I can tell you for a fact they are very happy to connect you to the right resource or give you that information.
Yeah, but we're happy to give it, provided we are not questioned with Google being our doctor.
Yeah, don't like that's rubbish.
Okay.
नहीं तो मतलब कर लो पैदा.
Last one.
Yes.
You didn't use the heart yet.
चलो चलो.
Mr. Husband.
Yeah. What, Mr.
Obviously,
Husband?
husband so hearts होना चाहिए ना.
Okay.
बोलूँ आगे.
हाँ हाँ.
Making love is going to harm the baby.
Harm the baby.
Keep your hands off.
यार रखो यार ये emoji तुम क्यों print किया ये? This is the last
पुराने
question.
ज़माने में मम्मी के पास क्यों भेज देते थे भाई? So that you keep your hands off her.
But they know that it's also a wonderful way to naturally induce labor if you're like,
Yes.
if you're not starting. Yeah, right? So don't doctors also will tell you, right?
We do.
But the doctor is saying तो गलत ही बोलते होंगे.
So obviously Google is Maharaj.
No, so here's the thing. Again, I'm pro-choice. If you are like, oh my God, I'm like a whale and I don't feel like it,
Yes.
your choice.
Again, it's the mother's choice.
Yeah, but if the mother is saying I have a nice drive, I think it is definitely going to, plus all of that, plus the oxytocin you are generating, yeah, along with the prostaglandins.
For most of the mothers, it is an increased drive.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Because your hormones are hormones, okay, और hormones पे कोई जोर नहीं.
Yes.
So let them be. And like it's such a great way to, I don't know, now you will now medically vouch for this. Isn't this a great way to, to induce labor?
It is a beautiful way. In fact, there were times when for VBACs we used to advise it. But okay, I mean, over times I have noticed that, if something goes wrong in India.
Oh, उन्होंने किया था तो. Are you serious?
आपने बोला सीढ़ी चढ़ो miscarriage हो गया. So you have to be so careful on what you say just because the people are not informed correctly.
तो उनको बोलना आपने सांस जोर से ले ली इसके लिए हो गया. What is wrong with you?
सही है. So that
आप मम्मी के पास ऐसे जाके फू करके फूके तो हो गया. What nonsense.
Office गए हो गया.
Because that would have been too much for me to handle that.
I mean, they make everything into an issue.
Yeah.
And I think that is.
So I think so I'll tell you the crux of all of this. Now you were asking me that is pregnancy a disease the other day, and I keep saying, yeah, is it a disease? No. But I'll tell you what the problem is right now. The problem is that एक तो homework नहीं होता, but B, instead of doing homework and collecting information, you are only, the circle of your influence is fear mongers.
I think you're the magnet.
The first thing, the minute you tell or they see your baby bump, the first thing, labor में बहुत दर्द होता, बहुत.
You are the magnet.
Yeah, and मतलब if you're that lady is 6 months pregnant, कुछ तो सोची होंगी उन बच्चा पैदा कर रही, अब return to vendor कर सकती क्या उन्हें? आपका डराने का क्या मतलब हो रहा जी? I'm not saying it's beautiful and breezing and orgasmic birthing and all of that, because I thought that that's what I want.
It is the most difficult part.
It really very well can be. But I think it kind of teaches you what you are made of. Why does nobody talk about that?
The power that a woman has in birthing is
Why does nobody
phenomenal.
talk about, why does nobody realize that when you are birthing that baby, and it's a different zone altogether, you don't realize. You are the sort of person who is, आज mood नहीं है, आज bunk कर लेते हैं office. This is a 24/7 job and you can't say mood नहीं है and return to vendor. And you will not, and you will turn up for that child no matter what.
Yes.
And you know what kind of fortitude, what kind of strength it needs to do that.
Yes, amazing.
Why don't we talk about that more? बहुत दर्द होता, बहुत दर्द. Okay, fine, we've acknowledged.
दर्द का इलाज है आजकल. If you want it, if you don't want it, that's your choice.
But that should not be the first thing that comes out of a person's mouth with the minute, and that is sadly, and I'll tell you, once the babies are born, now everybody will talk like this. The minute they see a pregnant mother, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is क्या करते भाई तुम?
It's 900 times what a normal person. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Try guys. And the men are trying to mimic the labor pains.
Oh, no, I haven't seen this.
You should see that video. I mean, if your labor pain is at 10, 3 or 4 is the max
that they
can go to.
Yeah, because have you seen men with a common cold? They're acting like they're dying. Okay, to all the lovely people out here who are men and watching this, sorry, love you, but this is the reality of it, है ना?
And I think women are the only ones who can multitask.
Yeah.
No offense.
Here's a different direction में जा रहा conversation.
Okay, chalo. Okay, let's say we had a brilliant rapid fire and one final question, Shezzi, because you are a working woman.
Yeah.
Do you think that being a passionate mother and a compassionate employee, it can be an and, or is it always an or?
It shouldn't be an either or situation. Sadly, that's the reality of our country. But I can only speak for myself, and myself, I can say that it was an and situation for me. And it helped that I had ridiculously supportive family. But what was really, really supportive is that, and this is a shout out to my girls at work, my backbone. They were there for me, not just the girls, my boss. Also, like, relax. तेरे को जैसे काम करना है, कैसे भी काम करना है, we will customize, we will evolve. And I'll tell you one thing. COVID has taught us that we can adapt beautifully from our work situation as well.
Yes.
It is possible. Yes. It does take a village to nurture and raise that child, and that village, that circle of influence has to be in your workplace also.
True.
Mothers need to be encouraged.
Yes.
Mothers need to, and you are not doing a mother a favor. अच्छा you are back from maternity leave. ओह अब तो तुम्हारा productivity कम हो जाएगा ना, अब तो तुम बार-बार घर भागेंगे.
प्रेगनेंसी में ही स्टार्ट हो जाता है ना.
Yeah.
Don't give her a big project. Don't do this and don't do that.
I have heard of cases where people have asked, "Are you married? And if you are married, how many years do you plan to have a child?"
Yeah, that is one of the important questions.
How dare you? How dare you? Because nobody has never asked a man this question.
Yes.
How dare you? And I'll tell you one thing honestly, okay? I was very typically lazy, Lahiri Muhammad, Hyderabadi Lightlo Yaro before the baby came. I'm doing 16 things right now and I feel so like I can do more. My child has given me wings.
Empowered.
Yeah. And that's what I keep telling. I've in fact spoken about it very extensively also that, this is a woman who has gone through so much physically. So her body has opened up, her organs have gotten rearranged and realigned. She is looking at herself in the mirror and, she doesn't even look like she used to at some point. There are marks on her face. You see this? My finger, it's bent. And I don't even know how it has happened.
What is the story of that?
Yeah, I think after it's happened, my body has physically gone a whole thing, okay? Like if you're vaginally birthing, there might be an episiotomy thing or there might be a natural tearing down there. There might be anal fissures, there might be issues with constipation and all of that. But in spite of all of that, she turns up for her child every single day. No breaks, no holidays. From minute one. And after laboring all night, you would say, oh, ye lo bachcha, hum thoda sa din so ke aate hain. No, you're thrown in the deep end. This is a woman who is keeping that baby alive and trying to thrive and flourish. You want these people in your corner. Yes. You want these people working for you.
Yes.
So please stop treating women like they are like a third class category of people now that they have birthed babies.
They should not be given the choice of prepositions. They are made to multitask.
Yeah, and we are doing it beautifully, but it is your moral responsibility, and forget about moral, I think it is your monetary responsibility for your very organization to support them coming back.
True.
And if I look at it in pure numbers, and I'm sorry I'm talking a lot about this, I feel very passionately, but how much money are you going to spend to train a new person?
True.
How much money are you going to, because that one person who's had so many years of experience, learning curve has been established, has been doing something with great dexterity. Now you have one random intern who may or may not be invested in that job. You might have a newcomer who's going to take
money.
Pure finance, no?
Penny wise and pound foolish.
So instead of all that kharchas over there, usse acha government mandated there should be creches. Yes. Make it easy for the woman to pump in office if nothing else.
Breastfeeding.
Yeah. Oh God, don't get me started on that.
And how important.
Yeah, and the mindset has to change.
Yeah, raising the eyebrows and looking around has to stop.
Yeah. ये क्या कर रहे? खाना खा रहे? तुम क्या कर रहे?
Right. So when are we going to normalize all that?
Now.
Let's start now.
Absolutely. I want to believe that the work has already begun.
Yes, I think it has.
Yeah.
I think it has.
Yeah.
And I think this was a beautiful conversation. And maybe by conclusion, do you think that I would be right in saying that motherhood is a journey of you and your baby? It is not a journey to compare with someone else.
Absolutely.
As to,
Absolutely. You know, and I tell you, I think it's again subliminal conditioning. Women by default are made to feel guilt for no reason at all, and that guilt becomes times 5,000 the minute you have a baby.
yes.
Am I doing enough for my child?
Yes.
Maybe I'm, you know, am I enough as a mother? Am I enough as a wife? Am I enough as a daughter-in-law? Am I enough as a colleague? Am I enough? You are enough. You are exactly what your child needs. You are exactly what your family needs.
Yes.
You are exactly what your organization needs, and your journey is yours alone.
Yes.
That one is spending 6 hours at home with the child, and I am spending 2 hours. Oh my god, it's a crime. That one is breastfeeding still, and I am not able to. Oh, that one is breastfeeding still. Why? It's your journey.
Yes.
What works for you, your baby, and your family
Exactly.
is your truth and nothing
Exactly.
else.
I think that is a beautiful line to end with.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.